So welcome everybody to our last Coach Basics call. Thanks for being on. You guys have been really awesome. Hopefully you use this week to catch up and feel a little bit better. But, you know, again, this information will always be available to you, whether you want to go to my YouTube channel and look at it, whether you want to jump in another Coach Basics group that's coming up, or like I said, reach out on Team Aloha. I know Marissa's getting ready to start another one, and although the information will be somewhat the same, for Coach Basics especially, it's going to be hitting all the highlights that we hit on here, but like I said, each coach has a different style. So you're going to notice that every coach, every group that you're in, the information is going to be delivered differently, you know, depending on their personality and whatnot. So ask Marissa. I know she's got one coming up. I'm sure Lauren has one coming up. So whatever you guys want to do. I know I added a couple of you to the Aloha Accountability Group, which I'm so excited to introduce you guys to. I really feel like, at least for me, this is what I'm connecting with the most. And if you get in there and you're just like, hey, this isn't my scene, I'm not feeling challenged in the areas. This is not about hurting people's feelings or making friends. This is about building a business, and I can speak for everyone on our team where we want you to be where you're going to grow. That's the whole point of all of this. So if you guys get into the Aloha Accountability and you're like, maybe this isn't what I'm needing right now, I'm really feeling I need to repeat the basics, I'm feeling maybe I want to try another coach, you just do what you got to do, or ask. Feel free to reach out and ask any of us, or upline coach me, whatever, and I can kind of point you in a direction, but you got to share what it is you're needing. So we'll be talking a little bit more about that tomorrow night. Tonight's call, I really wanted to go over what's in the business docs folder. I'm going to get into a little bit of a screen share here, because so many times people will tell me or ask me a question, and they'll be, you know, I'll say, oh, that's in your business docs folder. Oh, that's in your business docs folder. And I realized we weren't really going over that. But once you guys see everything that's in here, it's a really great place for you to start. And it also has a lot of important forms getting started. It'll have some important forms as you kind of advance in your business. So I just wanted to take some time to go over this, and then we'll leave some time for questions or anything like that at the end too. 3 vital behaviors. Some of these might take a little bit to open. Obviously what our business is, oh, you know what? This is PDF. So this is, I'm going to have to do this differently. Let me get into Adobe Reader. 3 vital behaviors. It's what our business is founded on. And I've said it before. I will tell you guys again, if you are consistent with the 3 vital behaviors, you guys are you're going to grow your business, and you're going to grow personally as well. Because again, invite, invite, invite. So it's just inviting people to what we're talking about, being proof the product works, not only talking about the products, but sharing success stories from, you know, I don't want to move that. Sharing success stories, not only your own, but those from your group and people you know. So let's get down into training. I'm getting there. Okay, so 3 vital behaviors. This is just a reminder. It's good to have out by your computer. These are PDFs, so they might take a minute to load. But to have out by your computer so you can just stay grounded to this, and just, you know, it's just a good reminder. Last one, personal development. That's obviously the one that I deem most important, but they're all equally as important. But you guys will discover that the more time you spend in personal development, the more your business is going to grow, the more you're going to grow personally, and etc. So that's just there. The company mantra, so that's in there if you guys want to print it or keep it near your computer. The 5-step invitation guide. I know that Sarah posted a little blurb in the group about selling and being worried about that. I can promise you guys from the bottom of my heart that every coach starts there. I know that I certainly started there feeling like I don't like to sell, I don't really know how to sell. I can tell you, the more you go on this journey, and the more you start connecting with people, and the more you start actually impacting people and changing lives, you realize that you are not selling anything. We're not here to talk anybody into anything. We're not here to persuade anybody that this is better than anything else. Obviously, quality-wise, you want to compare apples to apples, but we're here to deliver the information and then detach ourselves from that outcome. I used to take things very personally and try to, just because I believed in this so much that I wanted to help people, but it really takes some people saying no or walking away, or maybe they come back around. But this 5-step process really helps you. I know that sometimes at first it can seem salesy or pitchy or scripty or things like that, but I'm not asking you to read from this piece of paper. I'm asking you to grasp the concept, and that's going to come with practice. So like I've said before, step number 2 is where step number 2 is where you either connect or you don't. And if you don't spend the time in step number 2, the rest of the steps are a moot point. So this really is not about selling. It's about connecting with people and asking them a bunch of questions. So whatever you do, learn this process, spend the most time in step number 2. The one thing that we did customize a 5-step process in Team Aloha. I believe it's in the Team Aloha files section. You can use this as a baseline. The only thing that's going to be different is where we added the checkout steps. So it gives you the blurb to send them, to give them the option to be a discount coach or a customer. So remember, as you start building, you're going to be, your next goal after you become Emerald is going to be to go Diamond. So in between going Diamond and, obviously building, we're going to teach you how to build, how to add a equal amount of customers and discount coaches or active coaches, because like I said, that the discount coaches give you volume, and that's going to equal your large term income. That's where our team grows. Your cycle volume will start growing. Your customers are where you get your residual income right now, your immediate income. So you kind of want to be growing both at the same time. So there is a blurb in that 5-step process that we customize that you can give out when you want to, because I'm telling you right now, 9 times out of 10, when I give them the option, they are going to choose to be a discount coach if they're buying a challenge pack, because who doesn't want to save money for free? But keep in mind, you don't want to give that to everybody, because you want to be also getting a paycheck at the same time and growing your income. The people that are really hesitant, at first, or they're not sure, they want to try it for a month, don't give them the discount option. Because I'm going to tell you right now what happens is, let's say they just want to try it for a month. They're not sure they're going to stay on Shakeology. If they sign up for the discount coach option, a couple things happen. They have to keep up with that $15.95 fee. And although they're obviously saving $18 a month on their Shakeology, they're not sure if they're going to be on Shakeology. They can't just stop paying it. They got to go through this process of emailing in a cancellation form, because if not, that $15.95 fee keeps accruing. So let's say down the road, 4 months down the road, they want to order Shakeology again. They're going to have to get caught back up on all those fees. So I really only offer the discount to people that A, have a lot to lose, and we know we're going to be in the groups. Friends and family members that like the product and this is the way we can offer them a discount. And people in your groups that you notice are liking the products. So use this 5-step invitation process, but if you can't find the other one in Team Aloha, look in the files section. And really all you need from that one is that blurb at the bottom on the different ordering options. So if you can't find it, just reach out and let me know. But once you guys learn this, it's really just about the process, and it'll flow. It'll just kind of flow very naturally, but it's going to take some practice. So keep that one close. 7-day quick start guide, all of you should have done that by now. I know I've already talked to Mandy. Our timing was horrible on that, but really, ideally, you want to do that with a new coach within the first 48 hours. I say the first, within first 4 days, let's say. And that's going to give all the important information, their coach ID, different numbers, different websites. So if you haven't looked at that, go ahead and look at it so you're familiar with it. 8 social media do's and don'ts. This is a really good tips, just things from the back office of things that you should post on your Facebook, or tips that would help you post on your social media, things that you can share, things that you shouldn't share. So this is just a really cool form to help you once you start getting more into posting on social media. Business activity tracker. I hope all of you are using that by now. Business builder script. This is going to be when you guys start giving business presentations. So you'll find that it's very, very similar to the 5-step process. It's pretty much identical, except you're forming them for what needs they have in their life. So someone might share with you that they're unhappy at work, or their hours got cut, or their pay got cut, or they really hate what they're doing. So you're really forming them to find out more about what they want out of life. And so instead of maybe during the 5-step process that you're used to, you're forming them to find their health and fitness needs and then plugging in what we have that can help them with that. This is more, you're showing them the business opportunity, but the process is very similar. It's all about that step 2 where you're asking them, well, you know, what would you like to do if you could do anything? Like, what would you love to spend your time doing? What do you like to do for fun? Like asking them things more in that nature to kind of fill their business needs. So this is another presentation. And like I said, feel free to reach out to your upline coach to do the first one or two, or, you know, I've done them on the phone, I've done on the computer. So, you know, you just kind of find out what works best, but that's going to walk you through that as well. Challenge group ideas. Let me see where this one came from. So these are just some different ideas if your challenge groups are going cold, or you want to spice it up a little bit, or you want some ideas for things that you can ask them to post in the group. We've been doing the photo challenge. I'm thinking about, you know, sometimes, you know, you guys are going to have groups sometimes that are just like crickets. And that's just a time to get creative and try something new. Our groups were going a little quiet, and we kind of integrated recently a video physical challenge in addition to the photo challenge, and it kind of ramped up some participation, allows you to kind of get to know each other a little better. I like to try to integrate videos. Not everyone's going to do it, but so here's just some cool things in here that you can look at as far as challenge groups go. And feel free, you guys can reach out at any time and start a challenge group. You can reach out on Team Aloha, see if anyone wants to start a group. Let's say you have a couple people that you don't have enough people to start a group. You can post in Team Aloha, hey, do we have any groups starting up? I have a couple people that are ready to go. Coach Basics daily posting guide. So once you guys start growing coaches of your own, sprouting coaches of your own, and you start putting together a Coach Basics, or you want to give it a try, you have my bones here of what you just went through. Feel free to take it and make it your own. The original Coach Basics is also in the back office. I believe they still have it as a 60-day module, and most of the coaches have gone through, obviously, and split that up. That's a really long time for me. But it's back there too if you want to pick through it and make it your own. But again, you can feel free to use this as a template and go from there. If you're not there, you don't have to be there. We always have Coach Basics groups going, so don't feel like you have to go and create your own. This is for people that want to right now. But you are more than welcome, for as long as you want to add the coaches that you're adding to any of the groups that are going on. So just know that. Customer to coach guide. This is if you see somebody in your challenge groups that is really showing the signs that they would make a great coach. They're posting a lot. They are posting their pictures. They're posting their workouts. They're getting good results. They're really, spicy, peppy, kind of something like that. You know, you can see them posting on social media. They might be posting on their own homepage. So obviously you guys know what would make an awesome coach. And this is just a really great step-by-step guide to just kind of approach them in a non-threatening way. I can tell you kind of what I do a lot of the times. I'll reach out to them. I think I've shared with you guys the one thing that's making a huge difference in my business that I've shared in Team Aloha, and most of the new coaches are doing it over there now, is I schedule a getting started call no matter what. This gives me an opportunity to connect with my coaches or my new customers. And that first phone call is so important because it brings you out of being this fictitious Facebook coach. It allows them to connect with you, to put a voice to the name. You can go over any questions or hesitations they have. Find out where they struggle. Find out what they need help with. Find out if they're going to be planning their meals a week ahead of time or if they're planning daily. I mean, find out who this person is and what their plan is so you know how to support them. And then from there, I pick weekly. You know, if I'm calling them, a lot of the ones that disappear, I'll try to call them. But then from there, you can text or email or Facebook or whatever. But that first call is really important. So I'm establishing a relationship with them. I'm kind of starting to form them on that first call, mostly for their fitness plan at that point, but also maybe finding out a little about them. What do you do for a living? Do you have kids? You know, what do you like to do for fun? And then when I reach out after that, so I've already established the relationship. So now when I approach them again, I notice that they would make an awesome coach. I then say, hey, you're doing an awesome job. I just want you to know I think you're really motivating. I appreciate what you're posting in the group. Do you mind helping me out? Kind of like an assistant and posting, you know, just some motivational things. And I can tell you guys, most of the time, they will be very flattered that you asked them. If they're kind of turned off by it, or if they're like, hey, I have a lot on my plate, I don't know if I can keep up with that, then you kind of know where they're at. They're not going to be ready for this right now. But if they're like, yeah, wow, thanks for thinking of me. That's awesome. That's all I kind of do, step 2. And then from there, when I reach out again, I'm like, gosh, you were really awesome at posting. You know, how did you like that? And if they're going to be a good coach, or this is going to jive with them, they're going to love that. They're going to love having that responsibility. They're going to love looking for motivational things, or maybe they're looking for recipes. They're going to like that. And then from there, you can kind of bring it up in a non-threatening way. Like, we should talk about you being a coach. You're pretty much doing everything that I do. You're just not making money for it right now. So, but this is a great little sheet that's going to walk you through step by step. And again, if you want your coach to help you, introduce them in a 3-way conversation, and you can, you know, just say, I'm just learning this, but this is my coach. She's here to answer any questions. Like, be honest with people. Let's see what we got next. Oh, connection call guidelines. So if you are going to do a 3-way call, this is something really cool that Kevin Jensen posted. So this is a good way to kind of introduce why you want your coach to be on the phone. Like, she's been doing this a while. And sometimes it's very helpful. Like, yeah, it's great if you're talking to someone, especially if you know them or whatever, but it kind of takes it to a different level if you bring someone into the call that's been doing this a little bit longer, that maybe is a little successful, that has experienced some success, and it's just someone that they don't know, so maybe a different, just a level of attentiveness. But this kind of walks you through what you should do on that phone call as far as edification, meaning kind of talking up your coach. Like, Heather's been doing this for a couple years. She's a diamond coach. She's this and that and blah, blah, blah. And then I would turn around, and let's say I was on the phone with Mandy, and I would be like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. Mandy's your coach. I would then edify her. Mandy's awesome. She's a total go-getter. She's really experienced some great results. Like, this is going to be awesome, you know? So this gives you kind of the walkthrough. This also, you can fill this out, this thing on the bottom. If you're going to do a business presentation, let's say, or it'll ask you down here, entrepreneurial, health conscious, but you can kind of fill this out ahead of time and send it to your coach so they can read this over and get to know your prospect a little bit more, so they know what to ask on the phone call. So this is a really cool form to use if you're going to do a 3-way call for a business presentation, or even just forming someone for a challenge group. Contact list. Obviously, we are all working on our huge master contact list. It's so big it doesn't want to open. This is just a very basic one that Beachbody provides for you. And if you save it from this folder, you can fill it out right from here, but it allows you to mark where you're at in the steps. If you don't have this or you're not using this, you can use whatever you want. I choose to use Google Docs, but follow the same concept, you know, the information and where you're at in the conversation, so you can kind of keep track of everything that's going on. Customer follow-up. So this is just another tool that Beachbody offers. It's a tracker, so you can know where you're at with conversations. Once they order, you know, so you can track when their order is shipped, because I've shared with you guys before, I've had people get Shakeology, make it incorrectly, and return it before I even know they received it. So, you know, it's kind of cool to maybe go back here once a week in your orders and kind of see who's expecting what, so you know when to contact them. And I'm going to show you guys a couple different places on the next call to see your orders, because there's an easier way to see it if you haven't found it already than the Coach Online office. for your customers at least. Coaches is a little tricky the way that you see them. Discount coach welcome. This is just a letter that I came up with that I send to my discount coaches just to explain to them about what their fees are, you know, the $15.95 per month fee. I asked them right off the bat, what kind of coach do you want to be? So I know how I can follow up with them, whether it's strictly want to be a discount coach or maybe they want to receive more information about coaching. I send them right here off the bat, tell them where to cancel that 30 days, because remember, when you sign up to be a discount coach, you get a 30-day free club membership, and then after that 30 days, you're automatically signed up for it. So unless you're building a business, you don't need this. You really don't need the club membership until you go Emerald, so that'll be part of the next call too. You need to have that club membership when you go Emerald, because that's going to open you up to the Beachbody lead program. But if they're just going to be a discount coach, they don't need it. So I put that in this letter, and so they know how to cancel that. Letting them know if you're emailing Team Beachbody, it has to be from the letter that you enrolled, or from the email you enrolled, or they're not going to process your request. So just a couple things like that. Tells them about their Shakeology, gives them a little information about that, just so there's no surprises, and I don't have to repeat myself every time. Oops, sorry guys. I thought that was off. So feel free to take that, make it your own, do what you got to do. You know, this is all here for you guys. Anything you see pretty much from Team Beachbody or on anybody's Facebook page, it's fair game. So if you want to take it, make it your own, you know, make it fit your personality, do it. Expanding your market. This is just from teambeachbody.com, a lot of the forms in the back, but this is just going to give you some ideas on how and where to expand your market. So again, just a cool form to read. Let me turn this off. Cool form to read when you're looking for ways to expand your market. It'll give you great ideas. So I'm hoping you guys are seeing what great info you have in this folder. I kind of went through and created this based on the important forms that I think you kind of need to get started. Getting started right checklist. This is the one I created. There's also another one that Team Beachbody created, but this is just, in my opinion, just some things right off the bat that coaches need to know. So it goes over your fees. It goes over Coach Mobile, the Coach Mobile app deal. It goes over important phone numbers. So just kind of take a look at this. It goes over all the different social media avenues and where you can sign up for them. Important weekly phone calls that you can plug into, what the Beachbody pay cycle is, attending events. That's that on that page, but just some crucial behaviors when you're first getting started. These last ones are Beachbody Forms 2, how to build relationships. So this is kind of if you're finding that you're struggling on connecting with people or starting conversations with people, this is a good form. This goes over forming, family, occupation, recreation, and message. So this is a great form to kind of go over that with you guys. How to host a Super Saturday event. Like I said, a lot of these events that you guys went to are big. They go anywhere from a few people in an apartment, because believe it or not, someone had to start them at some point. So you can have little 10 to 15 people events. Maybe you're in an area where there are none around you and you just want to hold one in your house. Then I say go for it. Beachbody gives you everything that you need, from all the sign-up sheets to the video that you play. And from there, it's up to you if you want to do a workout or a shake and share, or if you want to share success stories. But chances are there is a big one in your area. And if you can get to a good one with a lot of people and maybe some top coaches and things like that, I would definitely recommend doing that. But if you want to host one, there's the form that's going to show you how to do it. How to overcome objections. This is a really great form too. So with those objections that you guys are getting, this is going to go over a lot of those things. So how to talk, how to kind of position yourself. And these are, they go over pretty much every objection. that you can possibly get. So time commitments, money commitments, just product questions. So definitely read this over. The more you practice with objections, the better you're going to get. Obviously, money is going to be the biggest one. And it used to stop me dead in my tracks. But the more I practiced and the more that I worked on my personal development and built belief in what I was doing, like I said, now it's a non-issue. And I'll throw that right back in people's face. Like, this isn't too expensive, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. And now most of them change their mind. And the people that don't, that's okay. It's definitely okay. You have to be ready to commit to your health, or, you know, you don't want those people that you're going to be dragging along, whether it be coaches or customers. This is not something you can do for someone. How to share Shakeology. So there's some really great talking points in there as well. Some good facts and things like that. How to create videos. This is a really cool one. Once you guys get ready to start creating videos, it kind of goes over different things as far as sound, equipment you can use, lighting, things like that. So that's a pretty cool one. I think that's a 2-part document. And then the rest of these are, well, some of these, most of these, the ones that say sample, I did a sample connect with me, sample coach recruiting. These ones that say sample post, these are my personal posts. So I think I share with you guys as I'm kind of coming up with these. Oh, wait, I skipped a few, sorry. How to hold a Beachbody Shake and Share event. If you want to have some friends over, or you're setting up a booth at a run or a health event or something like that. That's going to show you how to have a shake and share. There's sign-in sheets, there's talking points, things like that. How to hold a fit club. Fit clubs are really popular, especially with moms. If you get a little group of moms together and you just hold a free workout somewhere, and you sample some of the different programs. I know people, and there's a lot of people even on Team Aloha that are really successful with these. I know Lauren has a Fit Moms Club. Joanne has a Fit Club she holds. And it can be a couple people. It can be a lot of people. You can have it at a YMCA. You can, a couple of people, you can do it at a house, or, you know, maybe you do it at a school if you're doing it, you know, with some moms. But Fit Clubs are a great way to kind of get everybody into that motivation and support, and you meet once a week and you work out. It's a great thing to have. So that shows you all about setting one up. Instagram training, this is a cool one. Goes all over, and I think you guys saw on Team Aloha too, we're going to be doing a boot camp, and Instagram, well, Marissa already did one. I did not participate in the last one, but I'm trying to get on board with Instagram. I'm having a hard time with it, but I'm going to try again, because I know that people are just killing it on Instagram. So this is a little form. I know that some of us too have done the Charlene Johnson Instagram Impact Academy, and you can log back in. So I am one of those people. I know Marissa's done it. I think Joanne's done it. So if you guys want to check out that's Charlene Johnson does it. She's the Instagram queen. You don't have to pay for it. I think it's like 99 bucks. Enough of us have done it, and it's like short videos. So it's I still haven't made it all the way through it. Again, I'm trying to connect with Instagram. But if you want to take a look at that, just let one of us know and we can give you ours. Link to the compound effect, the audio link if you want to listen to it. The leadership roadmap, once you start adding coaches, this is a must, because this is kind of now I would say start using this leadership roadmap once you reach Diamond, because now you're making a plan to help your coaches get to Diamond. So you're tracking. Some of these might not be at the top, might not be applicable to you right away. I know for me, I'm not really tracking my top 10 elite, because the elite's not on my radar yet. Premier is not on my radar yet. So use this for whatever it is you need to track. Tracking Success Club points, though, is really important. Tracking, how many challenge packs you're selling. I know for me, I was not tracking my volume. So I've started to do that, because, if you're not tracking, how do you know where you want to go, or how can you see your progress, or things like that. And then down here, you're going to start to fill in those coaches that you really see becoming an intricate part of your maybe your structure. They may not be there yet, but maybe it's just a vision you're creating that they might not even know that they're going to be your diamond yet, but you can kind of see it. You're putting it out there. Whether or not they do or they don't is kind of irrelevant, but they're kind of leaders you're seeing in your business. So it's a great place to track. Even if you want to start using this form now, if you're not diamond, so you can start tracking your volume, your success club points. And then as you kind of start building your business, just start tracking more and more from here. Memory jogger is just to help you jog your memory of maybe people you haven't sent anything out to. I mean, there's people on here like your family members, but there's like your cleaner, your lawyer, your blah, blah, blah. So this is just to jog your memory of maybe people you can reach out to. Now we're down to the sample posts. These are posts that I've come up with. You're not going to be able to use the pictures. They're just linked in there so I can remember what pictures I used with the post. But like sample connect with me posts, I'm just going to share this one to you. This is sharing my story in a few different ways. And so I don't have to recreate the wheel every time I want to share this. I've just started keeping my posts in Google Docs. So that's the picture I paired with that. Different posts. And then I have, let's say, let's try a different one. Let's do coach recruiting. So again, just different posts I've made. But start saving them so you guys don't have to recreate the wheel every time. Google Docs is a great place. I mean, I do everything. Sample healthy recipes I've posted. Just things like that. So that's just to give you guys a couple of ideas of things you can post on social media. And again, feel free to use anything in here. Shakeology Instructions. I send this out as well. This is another letter. So if they ordered a challenge pack as a discount coach, they get that discount coach welcome letter, and they also get this Shakeology. You have to be involved with how people are making Shakeology. So I use this to kind of explain it a little bit to them. Again, this goes into their fees a little bit because in case they're not signing up as a discount coach, it goes into why they want to auto ship, how they can cancel their auto ship, which meal, that's another question I get a lot. Which meal should I replace Shakeology with? I go over that here. I go over instructions on where you can go to find the recipes on teambeachbody.com and why some people have gotten it and just thrown it in a shaker cup and then I'm like, ew, I hate this. I'm like, well, yeah, no wonder, you got to make it with some of the recipes. There's so many recipes back there. So feel free to use this to send out to your clients as well. And I think we're close to the bottom here. Team Aloha Challenge Group Guide. This is something we came up with a while ago that if you're brand new and just starting a challenge group, this literally walks you through step by step how to start the challenge group, what you should be posting initially. I don't know if you guys know this, but in the back there's a Coach Online Office. There's actually challenge group guides for each program. There's also a multi-program one as well. I like to use that for the pre-week because it'll walk them through signing up for the Beachbody Challenge, taking their measurements, getting ready food-wise. But this will walk you through step by step. So as you guys can see, there's a ton of things in that folder. So if you have questions or you're wondering like scripts or samples, or look in that folder first, but obviously then reach out. But there's a lot in there to help get you guys started. All the forms you pretty much need for tracking your business are in there. So that was what I definitely want to go over tonight. That we have about 4 minutes left. Does anyone have any questions? It doesn't have to be related to this, just any questions in general.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. It says that it's muted right now, but I'm glad it isn't.
Oh,
so this information could be in everything that you had included right there. And I'm loving all that information. I'm looking forward to going over a lot of it a little bit more. But one thing, I have a couple friends that are pregnant right now, and they were wondering if, how safe Shakeology was for them during the pregnancy, if there was any background information on that, do you happen to know?
I actually have become a pregnancy pro, only because I've had a lot of moms. And I'm going to tell you it's different for each person. And I always, no matter how I feel about Shakeology, I always recommend that they talk to their doctor about it, because you just don't know. Maybe some people have intolerances. Maybe some people are sensitive to certain things. I can tell you, I'll share a post with you. I'm going to post it after we end this call. I had a really great girlfriend that did quite a bit of extensive research. She's a health nut. So she really provided a really great post from her and her doctor. Shakeology is definitely completely safe. The one thing that her doctor recommended you add is folic acid. There wasn't enough in that. But she also brought up a good point about you really don't want to be on Shakeology and prenatal, because you can be getting too much in some areas. So it's really going to depend, one, on the mother, two, on the baby, because I've had babies that straight up are like, I don't like Shakeology, or maybe it makes them gassy. I've had some moms that have maybe tried to do a half scoop. So that's going to be kind of a play with it too. I've had some moms that are diehard chocolate people, and then maybe when they're breastfeeding, it doesn't agree with the baby. So they've had to change the flavor. They've had to, so that a little bit of that is play with it. It's definitely completely safe. But again, I always recommend, I send them to your website. There's a place they can download all the ingredients and just have them show their doctor. But I will definitely share that post with you, because I share that post with everyone that she shared with me, because she did quite a bit of research.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Anybody else? We have about a minute. So from here, I'm just going to let you guys know I'm going to post another Zoom link right away in the group. So whoever wants to come on over can come on over. If not, I'll be posting it like I said. All of you will be needing this info soon, but I know it's getting late for you East Coasters. So if you want to watch the video, and then if you have any questions, you can always bring that up in the Aloha Accountability group, because you're all going to be going Emerald very soon. Yay! And so whenever that day comes for you, we can help you. But I know a couple of you are close and adding discount coaches, and it gets a little confusing back there. So we're going to go over there and have that call. I appreciate you guys jumping on here. Like I said, I'll leave the group open for like another week. You can get at the videos, but whatever you need, just let me know. And that's about it. Have a great night, everybody.
Thank you.
See some of you in a minute. All right. Good night, guys.
Good night.